Hello everybody and welcome to another Minecraft video. Today we're going to start a new series. It's not a let's play, it's not a adventure map, it's a tutorial. And as you might have guessed from this intro and from probably the title of the video as well, it is a command block tutorial. And we're going to start with the very basics of command blocks. So as we progress into this series, we will be going more in depth in what command blocks can really do, and check out for each segment of these how deep we can actually go into the rabbit hole and what all you can do with command blocks. So we're going to start off with the very beginning. What is a command block? Well, my own definition is that a command block can execute any command given to it as long as the command is correct. And in theory that is indeed a correct definition. Probably not the official one, but I think it's good enough. So a command block can execute any command that you would type in the chat or use through this little box right here. Right, let's move on. How do I obtain a command block? Well, getting a command block is fairly simple. All you have to do is press this button. No, not really. You have to insert a command, give @p, which is me, or just your name, commands_block. If you want to do that in chat, you simply, I should probably go into this, there we go, just /give @p, or your name, in my case Nate, command_block. There we go. So same thing, if you put it into a command block itself, it will work as well. So let's move on. Addressing targets. This is probably the most important thing of command blocks for me personally. You can address players, random players, or all entities. Now what this does is @p will target the nearest player to you. So if I would say give @p command block, it would of course give it to me because I am the nearest player. But if I would put that into a command block and put the give @p command in with a redstone repeater, it would give the item from the command block to the nearest player, so the one who is closest to the command block. @r is a random player, so if you say 10 people are online, it will give it to one random person, so it may vary who gets the item. @a is to target all the players on the world online at the moment. So let's say we are 25 players working on the server, and I say give @a command blocks, everybody get command blocks. And @e is to target all entities. We will be going into that later on more in depth, but that is not for now. Right, let's move on to the next one. Changing game mode. So basically what you can do with command blocks is execute basic commands, and that is what we can do today. Take a look at some basic commands. Well, of course you can execute all the commands you wish, but we're just going to take a look at these basic ones to start off with. So a first example is changing the game modes. Now this block will put me into survival, this one will put me back into creative. Now how does work is very simple. I think you all know the command game mode. We simply put that in the command block, game mode 0 for survival, @p for the nearest player, which is me. The top one is game mode 18p, @p, which is creative mode to the nearest player. You also have game mode 2 is adventure mode, and game mode 3 is spectator mode, so you can use all those 4 game modes. Right, next one is giving items. So when I press this button, I am received with a diamond. Now how we do this is also fairly simple. We simply use give @p, so the nearest player, or just @a if you want to give everyone a diamond or a specific name. Then the name of the item you want to give, and for this the example is diamond, and then the amount is 1. If I would change this to 20 for example, I would receive 20 diamonds extra. So give space @p space diamond space 20. It's very important that you keep the spaces between the words or it won't work. Right, next one is clearing the inventory. When I press this, my inventory is simply gone. Now how we do this is probably the most simple command there is just clear @p. Now there are ways to clear several slots of your inventory and clear several items out of your inventory without affecting other ones, but that is for later on when we go more in depth into this. For now, clear @p is the most simple one, so get diamonds, get rid of the diamonds. Next one is changing the time. Well, now it is morning, now it's evening. How we do this is time set to 0 for the morning and time set to 13,500 for the evening. can see actually the sun and the moon stay in the same place, which is quite nice. Right, next one is play a sound. This is probably one of my favorite commands to do. When I press this button, we can hear the Guardian sounds, and you can actually put in all the sounds you would like. So this command says play sounds, then the name of the sound, and then to who you should play it. There are more ways to go more in depth into this, but once again that is for later on. Let's see, we can also more pig say. That is another example. We will hear the pig. Maybe I should put that a bit louder. Friendly creatures. Yeah, I think you can hear that. If I put it like that. Yeah, you can hear it perfectly. So, play a sound, very fun to use. Right, the next two ones are already getting a bit more complicated, but not really. When I press this button, I will teleport to this red block. And as you can see, the red block is at coordinates 160, 56, minus 827. And if we take a look at the command block, it will say TP, so teleport, the nearest player, which is me, to the exact coordinates of that block. So when I press this, I arrive right on this block. Now this is teleport to coordinates. We can also do relative teleporting. So let's say I stand on this blue block right here. I press this button, I arrive at this block. If I stand over here, I will arrive at this block right here. So it depends on where you stand, that way you will teleport. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks in the negative z coordinates. So if you take a look at the command block, it will say teleport at P. Then you use these marks to indicate that you are relatively teleporting. So the x and the y coordinates are not affected, so I won't teleport anywhere up, down or in the x direction, but the z coordinate has gotten a -4 coordinate, so I will teleport -4 blocks in the negative z direction. If I would add, let's say, 2 blocks to the y coordinate, and I press this button, I'll arrive 2 blocks above the ground. So when I stand here, I arrive 2 blocks above this, I arrive 2 blocks above this block. That's it. That's what I wanted to say. Right, also fairly simple to use, but it gets a bit more complicated as you move more in depth to this. Once again, we will take a look at this later on in other videos. Right, next one is giving a potion effect. This one is pretty cool to use in adventure maps and puzzle maps, and it's also fairly simple. When I press this button, I receive speed 3 for 30 seconds, so I can run around at speed 3. Quite cool. And when I press this button, my effect is gone. So how we do this, very simple as well. You simply type the command effect, which gives us effect. We indicate our target, which is at P, the closest player. Then the name of the effect, this is now speed. Then the time, 30 seconds, and the amplifier, which is 2. Standard amplifier is 0 for speed 1. When I would put in speed 1 amplifier, I would get speed 2. So you always have to add 1 to the mark. So if I would say I want strength 5 for 1 minute, you type strength 60 seconds amplifier 6, and that gives me strength for 1 minute. Well, it's strength 5, but it doesn't always show. So let's clear the effects. There we go. For clearing the effect, we simply do effect at P and clear. Much the same like the inventory clearance, but now the clear command is at the back of the command. Right, last but one is enchanting a weapon, and for that I actually have to hold a weapon. So when I'm holding a weapon and I press this button, there we go, our diamond sword is enchanted with sharpness 3, which is a pretty good thing. Well, if I would do this, of course nothing would happen, and if I would hold, let's say, leather pants, this cannot get enchanted with sharpness 3. Simple command, enchant nearest player as our target, the name of the enchantment, sharpness, and then the level of the enchantment, which is 3. So we got sharpness 3 from that. We will go more in depth to this one as well, so we can enchant items that are not in our active slot, and enchant items that normally wouldn't get this enchantment. So we can enchant actually a stick with, say, knockback 200, which is quite a cool thing to use actually. Alright, and the last one for this tutorial episode is awarding an achievement, which is a pretty cool one for adventure maps. So let's say we press this button, boom, we get all these achievements. Now, the only thing that we put in this achievement is kill the wither. But because killing the wither requires all these other achievements right here, if you follow the trail, there we go, kill the wither, we also have to obtain all these achievements. So what we get is all the achievements. Sometimes again and they're double, but that's not too bad. When we take away the achievements, we lost them all, and if we take a look, we have lost all our progress. And this one is also gone. Taking inventory, there we go, taking inventory is awarded to us. To give an achievement through command blocks, you simply type achievement space give space and then the name of the achievement. So you type achievement, then a dot, and then the name of the achievement. For this one it was kill wither, then space, and then the target, which is a nearest player once again. If you want to take that away, we simply change the give to a take, so it takes away our achievement. So that is the basics of command blocks, very thoroughly explained. So as I said before, we are going to do this in several parts. We're going to go more in depth into several ones, like giving items. We're going to see what we can do with the names of items, the description, the enchantments immediately, who to give them to. So that will be pretty awesome. We will see how we can add different sounds and titles and stuff. We will do advanced teleporting, and so on and so on. So I hope you kind of enjoyed this first episode. I know that most people know how all of this works, but I guess if you want to make a decent tutorial series, we have to begin at the start of it all with what is a command block. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget, if you liked the video, leave a like, and yeah, see you guys later on. Bye bye.